ended up losing, dropping out of tournaments.
Yeah, there was a period where Vici Gaming were looked at as kind of the next big hope for China after kind of a disappointing start to the year. They went to a couple different tournaments in a row, looked like one of the favorites, got in second place, and then did kind of disappear off the radar. And we're going to have to see if they're back before TI. They're pretty secure with their top 8 slot. They're not in that 8th slot that VGJ.Thunder's in, but this will be kind of a good test to see where they're at right now.
Yeah, what are they sitting at, like 6, something around like 2,800 points or something? So it would be quite the long shot for them to get knocked out of that point. But, well, stranger things have happened. We are going to have Vici Gaming. They had the last pick Legion Commander that they're going to have to contend with. Gods, you heard the panel. Kyle called it. Seems like the entirety of the panel is very solid behind this Legion Commander pickup, behind the Evil Geniuses draft. What are you thinking about Vici Gaming's chances here?
It's a lot harder for them to kind of play to their win condition, which does feel like snowballing out of control. You've got one of these bounty hunter drafts. It's an Ember Bat draft as well, where these heroes are counted very much by this Legion Commander as well as the BKB on Luna, so it feels like if they can't get kind of off to a good start and just snowball, they're going to really struggle to initiate later on.
Sumail missing out on his first split Earth. He did manage to take away the enemy mid lane ward and is trying to use that extra bit of tango regen to bully Ori's. You got to get that...
Damn, Sumail, man. Waking up.
You know, the best part was he was just bragging to me about how he was beating all these other mid laners. Here he is, just whipping splitters back to back. Well, hopefully it'll get a little bit easier now that he has lightning to set himself up as good. Oh, nice. Actually canceled the split Earth there.
Yep. This is a cheeky little early point in Sleight of Fist, and this now he doesn't have to sidestep these split Earths. He can dodge it with the slide.
We did have dodging of lanes. We're going to have the Legion Commander in the safe lane for S4 up against Paparazzi and Lanham. We're going to be playing that Lion and Gyrocopter duo. Meanwhile, Fenrir's hanging out top lane trying to protect Old 11's Bat Rider, a signature hero for him, and he's matched up against quite the dangerous tri-lane of the Luna, Sand King, and Witch Doctor.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot more of these teams just putting carries in the quote-unquote off lane and just feeling like it's a bit safer to put them there. There's a couple more options as far as warding spots go. You've got the side pull, and teams seem just a bit more secure with their lanes when they can just send their carry there.
Yeah, and then Vici Gaming probably didn't want that the Bat Rider versus Legion Commander matchup, right? Where you're just able to cleanse the...
Yeah, and Luna aggro tri-lane is very common. You know, no one can really contest 3 heroes when you've all got plus 14 damage, so I think it made a lot more sense for Vici Gaming to be the ones dodging that lane.
Yeah, you'd be hard-pressed, I think, as Gyrocopter to be able to keep up your CS against that kind of, you know, at any point in time they can go for the kill. Bottom lane, S4 is going to be in trouble. Looks like this could be our first blood. The homing missile is going to hit him, and Paparazzi will claim S4's life. So Vici Gaming stepping away with that extra first blood gold.
Yeah. Level 1 Lion. Panel talked about when it's picked up. This hero just keeps getting more and more value as a support. 70 mana cost on your Earth Spike. Gets level 2 Hex and just able to continue spamming those spells and eventually finds a kill.
Yeah, you know, it used to be like the excuse was, oh, well, your spells were very high mana cost because you had mana drain. You had this ability to constantly keep your regen up and just take it away from the enemy. But now, the 70 mana Impale, that's one of the cheaper nukes out there for any level 1 support.
And this lane gets a whole lot harder for S4 now. He's given up that kill. As level 3 on both Gyrocopter and Lion sees a pretty decent boost in their damage output.
Just trying to play alongside the trees, pull back whenever he can. And meanwhile, our Bat Rider seems to be having a bit better time. Well, maybe not in CS. S4 actually started off really well, 10-3 in CS. Bat Rider only 6-3 right now. Having a hard time trying to get these actual last hits in. Chasing RTZ away, though, with the Sticky Napalm, that is one of the big advantages of the Bat Rider versus Luna matchup, is that you have that constant sort of threat. Forces the Luna away from the creep wave at times.
Yeah. Experience-wise, EG not looking that great with their tri-lane because XP being split 3 ways. No one's hit level 3 yet, but Bat Rider close to level 4. With that said, Bat Rider also got denied a bunch. There's 6 denies on Witch Doctor, 5 on Luna. These denies can very quickly add up with the experience you're losing.
4-minute rune coming up as Sumail is actually going to camp out in the top rune, see if he gets lucky, and he does not. It's going to be Arcane Rune for Lanham, so now a 49 mana Earth Spike nuke. And he's going to have to use it here as Crit finds him inside of the jungle. A little bit of harassment back and forth. He does have the Caustic Finale, so he'll get a lot of damage on Lanham as he runs his way out. But it does look like Sumail's performing pretty well in the mid lane, 25-6 right now compared to 18-2 of Ori. Dive out in the top lane, tried to get those sticky napalm stacks, take advantage of these heroes, chase them away, but couldn't actually get on top of Fly, who had the most stacks there. Old 11 missing out, but he can at least push the creep wave into the tower, maybe play for a pull or something.
Man, those 5-minute runes are coming up, so it's good to push out your lanes. Mid lane, Sumail.
In trouble, Splitter does go down. Now Fly's going to be here to follow that up. The cast lands. Sumail caught from behind, though, by Fenrir's Bounty Hunter. They will trade out mid laners, but it did cost EG significantly less. Not only did Sumail get the bounty for that kill, got the experience, but it also forced extra rotations out of Vici Gaming 11. Slowing him down with the sticky napalm. Arteezy chasing away Fenrir. Now they turn onto Old 11. It's got to be dangerous, though. The Firefly is up. Arteezy is going to leave Crit to die here as he doesn't have a Burst Strike to get out of there. 3-1 now for Vici Gaming.
Yeah, they're just having the slightly better time in this laning stage, and I feel like Bounty Hunter is one of those heroes that is no longer this laning stage dominator, so having this good start with a bounty in your team in lanes is a fantastic sign.
Sumail picking up the early level of Pulse Nova, needing that extra magic damage to chase down the Flame Guard to make sure that when an Ember Spirit does start getting aggressive on him, he can at least take off some of that offense.
Yeah, as long as Sumail's got mana, there's not really too much threat of him dying against Ori's Ember Spirit unless a rotation happens. I'm saying VG may want to consider with someone like the Lion, who is now level 4 already.
Got the deny on the Siege Wagon. That always feels good. Bottom lane, managed to pick up the kill on S4 right as Arteezy rotated over. Looks like they're done trying to run that aggressive tri-lane against the Bat Rider. They need to secure Luna some farm here. They're battling up into Lanham. They get a lot of damage on him after the Maledict, but now Paparazzi's just going to be able to chase down Arteezy. Double kill for him. Maybe a triple kill as Fly. Slowed down by Fenrir. They're going to leave it for Paparazzi to pick up all of those bounties. They'll walk away with good 600-700 gold thanks to those kills, and will continue to farm out the bottom lane.
No, so well played by those two. Paparazzi baiting him in, knowing he was going to have the stick charges for more Rocket Barrage. And S4 at top is in a little bit of trouble. I think this Firefly should wear off. Yeah, he's going to be okay.
Yeah, level 3 Firefly means that it still does a lot of damage, whether or not you have sticky napalm stacks on that Legion Commander, or if she's cleansed them away or not. It's still going to do good work.
Man, Paparazzi now is well on top of the net worth and overall farm. Phase boots 1, Bracer already 7 minutes in. He is just going to be crushing this laning stage as a result of this.
Good call by Fenrir. Let's see if he can do a little bit better as he picks up the Courier and... Oh no, he didn't get the extra damage! Oh, that's sad. It's like that 50-50 chance whether or not your attack damage is going to be good enough at level 3 to finish it off. Now has to run away. He did do something a little bit good, though. He blocked out one of the stacks attempted by Fly. It seems like Evil Geniuses, even if they change roster, are still going to be a team that's probably a bit greedy in that regard. Ember Spirit chased away. Has to jump to his Remnant behind the tower.
Very, very tough matchup. I think this Ember pick was good for the game where you want to snowball, but for the laning stage, it's just going to be hard. You're going to get constantly zoned out. You're going to get bullied. Leshrek's a hero you can't rely on Flame Guard against because there's plenty of magic damage to remove it. Does mean that you don't instantly die, but at the same time you have no kill potential, which is something you often want to really be looking for as an Ember once you hit level 7, kind of 8, 9, 10.
Homing Missile to ward Fly away. We're going to keep the tri-lane up for Evil Geniuses. They're not going to try and give S4 a helping hand in this top lane. He is just about to pick up his level 6, so maybe they could have kill potential a little bit later on.
Yeah. The real scare is this level 6 Gyrocopter, but luckily Sumail's hit level 8 and got ninjas.
And he's going to be able to come in. Paparazzi just going to be chased out by the Pulse Nova. Now Gyrocopter's pretty fast. He gets off the ultimate, but gets stuck in the trees. Sumail is able to run him down. Fenrir thinks about going for that kill. Lanham is going to be chased down by Arteezy as well. And Fenrir has nothing to really do. He'll slow down Arteezy, see if he can get some extra tower shots on him, but that is it. This time it's Evil Geniuses who walk away with the win.
Yeah, nice move from Sumail. Believe Paparazzi should have probably had the call from his teammates that he picked up the invis. Bounty scattered it out, so still dying to it was a bit of a mistake there from Paparazzi.
And again, Ori just keeps on getting chased away. you could see the the panel kind of like the Ember Spirit. I know Black was definitely a big fan. Ori, he does have a lot of magic wand stacks. He's going to be able to pop that and turn onto Leshrac. An easy kill. Sumail overextends himself and dies due to a rotation from Lanham.
Yeah, he wasn't going to get the solo kill regardless, too. Ori had a massive stick one charges, so while he may have survived through it without the line TP, there was no kill for him to be getting. And having a bit of a laugh on the chat, Will, but there's a big kill for this line, who's hit level 6 now as a result. This early on, having this Finger of Death can be a free kill on a core anywhere on the map if you find a good partner to go for a play with.
Oh, Sentry laid down. They do spot out Fenrir, get a lot of damage on him with the Maledict. It is only level 2, so Fenrir, it's going to be a really close call, but he does have magic stick charges if he wants to pop it. No, he'll be fine. And now, Ori's coming in, half HP, half mana, just looking for those 10-minute bounty runes, fill up his bottle. So Vici Gaming actually get all 4 of them. The duel goes out onto Old 11. Fly is here, but he has no mana. They're going to need Crit to actually pick it up with the Burrow Strike, but he's a little bit far away. Managed to get a long one over the cliff into, but Old 11, he just flies over those cliffs, lives with just 57 HP from the final nuke from S4.
They're just outmaneuvering EG right now. They're just being a lot more efficient on the map. I mean, the fact they can get 4 bounty runes. This Batrider hasn't really gotten involved with the rest of the team, but 11's managed to get a lot of farm, put a lot of pressure on. He keeps forcing rotations. He's been against like a dual lane or a tri lane for half the game. The other half, he was just fighting a solo LC, so it just doesn't feel like EG's had the laning stage success they were hoping for. Heroes like Legion Commander, Luna tri-lanes, you're expecting to win those lanes, not go even or be slightly down.
Yeah, the only lane that was going well was Sumail's mid lane. Leshrac against the Ember Spirit, and he obviously fed away a lot of that advantage when he tried to go for the kill on Ori. Now, Evil Genius is just going for that 10-minute rush onto a tower. They're going to try and take away the Dire safe lane tower. Vici Gaming are being a little bit more efficient. They're just leaving a Gyro solo in the bottom lane. He'll take that tower freely, leaving everybody else from Vici Gaming to kind of rotate around, see if they could spot out a kill.
I think if you're Vici Gaming, you feel much better about this when your carry solo pushing the offlane tower and you know the opposing team has to send 2 heroes to sit behind a Luna to push. Meanwhile, Batrider's still continuing to farm. He's got his Blink Dagger up already, so imagine a smoke from this Lion plus Batrider is very imminent right now, and that almost certainly will find a kill unless there's some kind of fantastic insta-press the attack save. Or they smoke under a ward or something.
They're going to put Paparazzi in that top lane, feeling like he's going to go kind of unchallenged. He'll deal with the wave that's pushing into the tier 2. Now, I don't think he really pushes out past that unless his team is going to try and bait him. And it looks like with the 3-man rotation coming up through the jungle, they're going to spot out Arteezy, blink onto him, see if they can pull down the trees. But, of course, the Legion Commander was there. They managed to get the Hex out. They're still going to go for the kill on Arteezy. They do have that Finger of Death to be able to blow him up. It's going to be a close call. Paparazzi, they should be able to run down multiple heroes thanks to that call down. Now, Ori in the back line, he'll just clean up the rest. They do a ton of damage into Leshrac, pop him, and that is it. All the threats are gone. They completely wipe Evil Geniuses, and all they lost was a bounty hunter.
Oh my. That's a massive teamfight win for them. They believe only got a couple tracks, maybe 3 tracks off actually, so a lot of gold going their way. And man, all of a sudden Vici Gaming in the driver's seat, the blink reveal didn't initially get the perfect initiation. There was a press the attack, but it didn't matter because Vici Gaming were collapsing on that top lane. EG only had 3 heroes initially, and then they start keeping in, but those follow-up responses aren't enough. Like, if your Luna's not getting an Eclipse off, and even if she does, it's only a level 3 Lucent Beam Eclipse, you're not going to have the damage to win that fight.
And I feel like this is one of the things that a lot of the Chinese teams, LGD is a great example here, VG Gaming, they do this very well, where when they make these kind of rotations, they'll always bring in the extra hero. And in that part, it was very important, right, that we had the Ember Spirit there because we had a full HP, full mana Sumail sitting on top of a lot of heroes. If they didn't have that Ember Spirit there, that trade-off could have been a little bit worse.
Yeah, that's one of those smokes. A team like VP is going to bring 3 heroes and have a hero pushing bottom lane and a hero pushing mid and be like, you know, this should work, we should get a kill. But if it doesn't, we're still, you know, farming the map. Vici Gaming, a lot of the Chinese teams take a very different approach where it's let's bring everywhere. Because I think from EG's perspective there, you counterplayed that gank pretty damn well. You purged off the lasso, Sumail instantly TP rotates. He's one of the strongest heroes on the map as a level 10 Leshrac, and it was a complete disaster. They lose all 5. So I don't think for Sumail that's a misplay that he TPs in there. I think it's just Vici Gaming understanding the situation and bringing all 5 heroes.
Yeah, they understand that they're much stronger right now, right? The Darkhopter is naturally going to beat out this Luna when it comes to the teamfight damage this early on into the game, especially since he has a net worth lead. Yep. This Ember Spirit can pretty easily outdo, I think, the impact of the Leshrac, especially if you could just focus firing him down. And I think there's going to be a big difference between the supports as well, right? This Witch Doctor can't really have the same impact as the Lion, who got that very early level 6.
Yeah. The crazy thing with Vici is they have 4 heroes that can dish out a big amount of burst magic damage, and we're 12, 13 minutes in the game for that team fight, whereas EG, they've got kind of 2 with Leshrac and Luna. Sand King without a blink is unlikely to get a good epicenter off, so, you know, if you shut down one of those EG cores in a team fight like that, it was, in that case, the Luna, you know you're going to win the fight, because even if Lesh comes in, does damage, you've got 2, 3 other solutions to deal with that Leshrac. They held the finger really long, the Ember shows up, so Leshrac did not stand a chance.
Now, this is something that we, the panel identified it, we talked about it. This is something that VG Gaming need to do, though, right? They need to be ahead at this point in time. They need to start snowballing. Sure, 5K at 15 minutes is probably a bigger lead than they expected for this early on in the game, but they do need to continue to hold a pretty tight grip on EG.
Yeah, they don't want to give this Luna a chance to just free farm back up to near the top net worth, get a BKB, because EG with BKBs this game get very, very scary. 11 went for a Blink Lasso mid, got counterplayed there, but not a big deal. As we'll see what Vici Gaming do next. I think they want to keep looking for these fights, particularly now that the Finger of Death is back up on the Lion. They don't want to just let EG farm their side of the map and or TZ to finish a BKB.
And that's where we probably need to keep some more aggressive vision from Vici Gaming. Yep. See if they can find those opportunities. They do have that one very deep cliff ward right now, but I think it's always the tougher play. Oh, look at that. The Blade Mail going to work there from Ori with the help of Lana. They just blow up Sumail as he tries to defend that mid lane.
This is the item where you're an Ember against a Leshrac, and suddenly the matchup swings in your favor, because you go in, you have this Blade Mail, he can't really just turn and fight you and try to break your flame guards easily.
Yeah, and he won't be able to rectify that until, well, crit, he's going to be found. Another track kill for Vici Gaming, and that's the beauty of any Bounty Hunter lineup, right? Yep. Is the fact that you can afford to play around each other, you can afford to play for kills, because you really won't lose out on the economy war just because track gives you so much gold.
Yeah, so often these like 3, 4, 5-man rotations for a single kill just don't feel that good when your opposing team is farming the rest of the map, but Bounty's kind of the exception to that. And when you're kind of in a position that Vici are now, where you're starting to snowball, you're a lot stronger, you can get all these kills, the Bounty Hunter pick just feels really nice to have on your team. And that's something EG have to recognize. They can't just play this kind of efficient farming style, like, okay, we give a kill in one lane, but we're farming 2 others, because you're going to be just hemorrhaging gold to a Bounty Hunter.
And it means we're very rapidly closing in on Paparazzi having a BKB. He can buy it now if he wants to. And again, he defends at tier 2. At the same time, Vici Gaming go for this 2-man smoke, where they have the Bat Rider into the line with the Blink Dagger as well. They're going to set up with all the stuns onto RTZ. Paparazzi's now here to deliver the final blow onto EG, make sure they can take out that core, but now Sumail here as well. Paparazzi in some serious trouble, didn't have that BKB, and they end up trading out 1 for 3. 2 cores go down on Vici Gaming this time around. Evil Geniuses, they learned from Vici Gaming's play that was very similar last time around. I think another big difference was, though, they didn't bring Ori this time.
Yeah, that was the major difference. Someone like Ori's there, he cleans up. There was 3 heroes incredibly low who were like tracked up, getting hit by shurikens, and this time around, you know, yeah, Vici Gaming, one small little change where Ori's just pushing out the side lane makes a world of difference, as EG were more than ready for that play, and suddenly this game swings a little bit back EG's way.
It does mean that Ori will be able to get this tier 2. It'll die. And he actually does, man. He does a lot of right-click damage. Almost getting the courier killed. Dancing away into the trees. Yeah. Does have a blink. S4 tracks it down.
So a lot of breathing room for EG with a fight like that, which is the big win there, because they need more time to farm, get their next couple items up. Sumail's still fairly squishy with just 1k HP. Luna desperately needs a BKB. You want to be able to farm these items without constant pressure and this like thought in your head like, oh, I need to go help my team. But there's Vici Gaming are running at us, they're fighting. I got to go do something. No, we just want to fight. We can actually sit back and farm a bit.
Man, it feels like so much of this game is about the item timings. We have the mid matchup where Leshrac is in trouble, does have the save. Oh, he has the Eel Scepter, but he's going to be caught by the lasso. He should die here. Vici Gaming pick up a big core kill. We'll see if they can actually turn it into an objective this time around, if they just going to split up, keep farming away.
The BKB timings this game are crucial.
Yeah.
And Paparazzi's won the race the first BKB, which isn't always something you're happy about, having to get BKB super early, but a game like this, when you know your team wants to keep on fighting aggressively, if he had it for that fight up top, he's not going to die. In fact, he's probably going to get another kill or two for his team, so makes a big difference for both him and Luna in this upcoming engagements. It feels like a game where both teams are going to just keep running each other and keep trying to look for these fights as much as possible.
As for trying to finish up his Blade Mail, but first he's going to join his team on a smoke venture. Evil Geniuses have been a bit pressed for map control, and they need a successful engagement, but it is going to be a successful scan. They're going to bring some extra heroes here. 11 should be ready to blink away. Sure enough, he does. Straight ahead, but S4 may still catch somebody. Thought about the duel bot otherwise. Paparazzi pops BKB, tries to run down S4. The Glimmer Cape buys him a little bit of time, but they still have the counter vision out. They will take him down, take the ward with them. Evil Geniuses looks like they're just going to be lucky enough not to lose anybody else in that fight.
Yeah. One track kill, but a BKB on Gyrocop to use. It's one of those games where I don't feel like getting the most out of your 10-second BKB is going to matter as much. It's just going to be constant brawling, so using it for a kill or two whenever possible, when there's a track involved, is going to be fine. Yes, later on in the game with like a 5-second BKB will hurt quite a bit against heroes like Leshrac, Sand King, who want to just keep throwing spells at you, stunning you, but ultimately, these fights right now feel like they're over within 2 or 3 seconds. We're not having these long, drawn-out fights.
Yeah. Currently, Evil Geniuses have 2 sentries on top of wards. Oh, Arteezy got caught in the bottom lane. Lasso pulled in, dead again. I mean, this guy has no opportunity to pop Eclipse ever. Have you seen an Eclipse yet?
There's not been a single one.
Yeah.
And he went back for a Dragonlance before BKB, which suggests that EG feel, and Arteezy, at least for his game, he's going to be farming for a little while. And yeah, he can rush a BKB, but even if he got this BKB 3-4 minutes earlier, he's not going to be able to suddenly teamfight because his team's the one on the back foot that's going to be playing split push Dota, that's going to be avoiding the fight, so opting to get a slower BKB as a result.
And thanks to the fact that they do have such a great vision hero in Bounty Hunter, not only just getting aggressive wards down, but also just being invis on the map, it's tough for EG to make a counterplay there, right? Like, they lose their Luna in the bottom lane, they see a bunch of cores, but what are they going to do? They can't just run into the dire jungle. They're not going to get a pick off. They're going to run into a Bounty Hunter who will see them coming and walk away.
And Luna's kind of their pushing hero too, so it's like the Luna's the one dying, which means, well, you can push out this top lane a bit, but you're not going to really threaten the tower. And Vici Gaming are already going to be ready to respond.
Midwave coming in, hitting the tier 2, making it a bit obvious that Evil Geniuses are camped up here in the top lane. You can see 11 is playing it safe, playing behind his tier 2, while Paparazzi plays in the high ground, going for this Ancient stack, which he will claim all of, it looks like. Evil Geniuses definitely not able to make any sort of offensive maneuvers right now.
So, a lot of stacks floating around. Looks like Paparazzi is going to get pulled off to go and push out the top lane. Recognizing this is a danger zone, they're going to put the BKB carry in the front lines. EG's vision is all cluttered around this top lane, but at the same time, yes, they have vision, but you do not want to fight if Vici Gaming are bringing numbers. It's not just a single hero pushing out this lane. Vici Gaming are playing it safe. They have all 5 heroes up here. This is very cautionary Dota from Vici Gaming, but I don't mind it because the one way this game slips away is if they start giving up some kills, and then EG for Arteezy suddenly have all this room for him to keep on farming and catching up.
At the same time, though, 10 minutes from now, if we're still setting the same sort of things, like Vici Gaming being very cautious, just slowly controlling the game, then we are going to be concerned, right? Because we've seen Vici Gaming do that before and lose games because they've been completely unwilling to take risks to end.
No, absolutely. You can't let this drag too much. They need to try and deward their jungle. If you bring 4 or 5 heroes up here, you can't just sit around and, sit behind your carry farm in the lane. You want to deward. You want to then go for this smoke play. I think having dewarded, they feel like they can make this move and find a pick, but fortunately for them, even though they showed several heroes top, there's no one presenting themselves in this mid lane.
I'm a little bit surprised Old 11 didn't go for that. When they were next to the river, I'm surprised he didn't go for the Firefly, just peek into that off-lane jungle and see if there's a carry there that you could pull down into the low ground. As it is, They do have, I think, a rough idea of where Evil Geniuses is, which is up in that top left. They just took away that cliff forward again.
Yeah, they kind of revealed their position there, but this gem on Batrider is doing exactly what I mentioned, where it's like, take away this EG vision, and suddenly EG can't camp in this top lane with 2-3 heroes constantly pushing it out because they rely on their vision to play up there, particularly when it's nighttime and their vision's lacking. Now EG are playing way safer and have to play a lot more cautiously around this top lane. They know they can push it out now once they see several heroes mid, but all it takes is like a preemptive Batrider TP, then a second hero follows it up, and you're looking at kills.
EG return, trying to go for that tier 2, but the Batrider jumps, managed to pull him back. The Legion Commander's nowhere to be found. Arteezy's just suiciding down the lane. He knows that he's dead. He knows his team can't join him. They finally forced a few of the members of Vici Gaming to show themselves in the top lane, which will allow Sumail and S4 to push out those other lanes, but it feels like they are just throwing away hero lives just to buy them a few more minutes.
And that's such a simple play for Vici Gaming to make. Like, even showing 5 heroes in lane and mid lane, they can still make that play because of a hero like Batrider. TPs, there's spots where you can TP in the trees where you don't get spotted, quick blink lasso, and it just dies. I think Arteezy can't be sitting there by a tower when a hero like that can TP in unless Legion Commander is directly behind him ready to purge off that lasso. And even in that scenario, he may still die.
And that's a good question. Like, where was S4? I didn't actually see him.
He was top lane, like in the jungle. It was more like back near the bounty rune area, it looked like, so.
I think maybe they just missed their timing a little bit.
Yeah, I think Arteezy thought he's behind him, whereas S4 thought that, you know, Arteezy's going to back off. So it's one of those just like slight communication things where you need those two players to be on the same page if you want to be pushing that aggressively. EG are all under a ward here, but should be able to get the D ward. No? You need some vision.
You try and be a little cool with the sentries, spot out those extra spots, but it does mean you need some flying vision. Courier finally gets there, and they'll take it. They do almost have. They're trying to give every bit of gold they can to Sumail right now. They need that BKB to be finished up because the Ember Spirit, as you said, with the Blade Mail is such a good counter.
The really tough part of this game is, I feel like as the game goes on and hero scale, Vici Gaming have a much better answer to BKBs.
Sure enough, they're going to go for S4, and he's just a little bit too far point. He couldn't actually get the cleanse from the press the attack, and now they're just going to be able to pick up extra heroes. S4 turns around, tries to get whatever damage he can onto Paparazzi, but at this point, it's just a grab bag. Whatever heroes Vici Gaming can actually pick up, it looks like they're going to be able to grab Fly as well. Only Arteezy will be the survivor of that onslaught. Vici Gaming just run over Evil Geniuses, managed to get 4 kills, and I think it was like 2 or 3 track. We'll see.
I think it was, yeah, 3 even. You can see S4 there. When he purged off the Ember chain, was like, oh, this is my dual target, the Ember. He's my number 1 priority. Wait a second, I should not duel this. This is giving away free damage. And
yeah, 3 track kills. Cool.
Yeah, and this is where these BKBs don't matter as much.
Bottom lane
on EG's side.
Bottom is currently trying to solo up Arteezy. He does have the Ember Spirit to join him. The extra bit of burst, and there's a wipe.
Yep. And yeah, BKBs are much tougher for EG to use because there's Blink Lasso, there's a Lion, Blink Hex, there's also Ember Spirit whose physical damage is starting to add up, so. Whew.
You know, I think part of that was the, it was a little bit slow, but the Sleight of Fist did end up hitting S4. So I think that canceled his Blink Dagger. I think it still would have been too late, honestly. Like, even just a little bit of a pull distance into a gyrocopter, I think Luna just gets run over.
You need that instant press the attack on a lasso so that Sumail can get off a fast BKB, but the problem is he BKBs and starts using spells. Well, that's where gyrocopter BKBs, Ember Spirit can just kind of kite you around. Batrider, he's just going to run away from you. I feel like EG's BKBs will get kited or they won't get them off, whereas Vici Gaming are going to always get value out of their BKBs.
So I feel like with other teams, when we're talking about how cautionary some of the Chinese teams like to play, especially Vici Gaming, this team is 100% about playing it a bit slower than everyone else. It seems like other teams would have taken advantage of the fact we've got our BKBs, they don't. Let's run them over. But they're actually playing for BKBs being grabbed by EG and having the next round of items.
Yeah. They're preparing to be able to just win these battles when EG have BKBs, which doesn't seem like too bad of a response. They're going to have vision with track. They have lasso, yes, as a press the attack, but there's so much pressure on S4.
Look at him, he just jumps right in, knowing that he can't really get initiated on. He loses to Lincoln's, jumps back, but now that's an opening for Paparazzi to run forward. Now he's got the physical damage to be able to take out some of these heroes, even if they do have the BKBs. Yes. Vici Gaming have just grown more and more of a net worth that they don't even care. Even if Luna does finish up her BKB, which is again still another 600 gold away, it won't matter. Seemingly, just because Vici Gaming had the physical damage to back it up.
Oh yeah, that's probably an even better point than the stuff like the lasso and the hex that you don't care about the BKBs, is the fact you've got physical damage on Gyro and Ember that just says, you know, you BKB, whatever, we'll just fight into you. Whereas someone like Luna, she BKBs, she's not going to be able to just hold her ground and fight it into a gyrocopter unless that gyro is being disabled.
I do have to point out, these builds from the Gyrocopter and the Ember Spirit, both picking up the Maelstrom, my goodness, they farm so quickly. I think that was a big buff to the Ember Spirit, especially when that came through. Heroes like Wind Ranger take good advantage of it as well. But it goes to show, these heroes just clear through creeps very quickly. You give them enough space on the map, they will easily outdo by 10k. Whoa, Duel actually goes off the Gyrocopter. That's in trouble. The Blade Mail already up there, going to be able to blow up the Gyrocopter. They need a little bit more Eclipse damage, but it's just not landing. Finally, Leshrac managed to pick up the kill. Arteezy survives. No, he doesn't. A Sleight of Fist comes through from Ori. He looks for more. Samel already popped his BKB. He's going to be lassoed up. That's why Ori's just going to go for the support in the back before leaving Samel as the cherry on top of this excellent team fight for Vici Gaming. Even if they lost the Gyrocopter, ooh, jumped away from Crit just in time. Now, Crit, he's just going to be kited around. He may have a Burrow Strike, but he's not going to get a chance to use it. Ultra kill for Ori.
Whew. EG were spotted by a ward there, but even so, they still had a decent start to the fight with the Jewel on Gyrocopter before he had a BKB off. That's kind of an ideal start to a fight for EG, but even so, they're just too far behind in net worth. The Gyrocopter's almost got double the Luna's net worth. Ember and Batrider are second and third in terms of net worth. These BKBs, all these extra items, Lion having an Aeon disc, small little things like this just keep on adding up, and these fights for EG are only going to get harder and harder, it feels like, as time goes on.
When you control the map, you also control the bounty runes. All four of them, once again, going to Vici Gaming. Unfortunately, their Gyrocopter didn't survive in that last fight. Even though they won a fight just outside of EG's base, they couldn't actually go for any real Tier 3 damage. But that's okay. They just built up a 22k net worth lead. Ori's going to have a big item coming in as well.
Yeah, I mean, talk to me about Vici playing safe. This game, it's kind of... Their safest way to win this game is to build up a 20k plus gold lead because their lineup doesn't break base that well. They haven't even taken a single Roshan. We're 31 minutes in with a 23k gold lead. How often do you see a team in that position not kill Roche once? And that's exactly where Vici Gaming are. They don't have Roche killers. They don't have building killers. And Roche has gotten a lot of buffs. He does a lot more damage now. You definitely need Roche killers if you want to be going for the big man. And something Vici Gaming just don't have, so they're going to prioritize hero kills because they give a hell of a lot more gold when you've got a bounty hunter.
Pop of the smoke intentionally, 11. Actually pops his BKB, turning, thinking about going for the lasso, or he's going to try and interrupt. They do manage to get the duel onto Old 11. He turns and fights. He may be able to finish up Old 11 first. Now he goes down. Arteezy battling it out with Paparazzi, who easily has enough HP to survive. Fly turning around, gets a Maladin off last second, but they're underneath the shrine, so they will survive. Once again, Vici Gaming, they knew entirely what that team fight was going to be all about. They had the successful scan on EG. It just seems like the combination of early game pressure, the laning phase that they had, and the bounty hunter just allowing them to know exactly what EG's doing every moment of this game.
Yeah, and Batrider, he breaks the smoke. He gets himself in a good position where they can just kite them around. Ember's going to force out BKBs just with a Sleight of Fist searing chains. And that fight goes incredibly well. Batrider only dies because S4 gets a really nice jewel. He's trying to force stuff into Lasso the Luna, and he gets jeweled like mid-force stuff while the push is going on, which gets the back kill, but ultimately it means it's a 5-for-1 instead of a 5-for-0 because of that.
Now you've got the ultimate sustain item. Paparazzi has a Satanic, which means if he does pop it and you somehow stun him or whatever, it won't really matter. Ori managed to just take a Tier 3 and walk away in front of 4 heroes of Evil Geniuses.
It's pretty handy. You can take these shrines now if you want to do the full-on Vici Gaming slow roll to victory. And Ori's Blink Lincolns, he is incredibly pesky and hard to latch onto now. He is definitely in a very good place to just clean up these fights, as we've seen.
Evil Geniuses are going to need a lot more than just pluck and chat wheel to be able to come back from this. Currently a 29K lead for Vici Gaming with a potential endgame smoke coming through. Doesn't look like they're going to catch anybody too important. They spot out Fly. That's not really a big kill, but it's still a track kill. So it's always worth a jump on. Arteezy. Oh, no, Arteezy got spotted. She's going to be lassoed. That is the kill that they really wanted.
Yes. Lane's being pushed out at least, but that is such a big kill. And mid lane is not being pushed out, so they could even just go into the bottom lane, go for the melee racks there if they want. Another DD rune on Ori. Things looking fantastic for Vici Gaming here.
Cuts the creep wave, goes for the ranged racks with his abnormally large amount of physical damage. Makes the double damage rune. Should be able to take this lane. Meanwhile, Sumail just trying to get whatever he can. He knows they're not actually going to go for any sort of engagement, so he just takes the tier 2 in the top lane. But Vici Gaming, they're not going to slow down. Not here. Not when they control the base like this. They're going to go for a second lane of racks. Sumail has backed off, choosing not to go and threaten the tier 3. He's going to try and come forward. Ori threatening him immediately every single time with this blade mail. He can play the front line. Oh, he actually does manage to get stunned up. The paralyzing cast bounce over. Now Sumail pops BKB. Had the Andis pop on him. Now lasso into Paparazzi, who's just going to stand tall. He has that Aegis. He has the Satanic. There's no way he's bringing him down. And he's got the physical damage to wipe Evil Geniuses. They'll take that mid lane of racks. There's still a tier 2 in the top lane, so Evil Geniuses, they can sit out this game if they want to. They can see if Vici Gaming are going to throw a 35K gold lead, but I highly doubt it.
Yeah, but Jesus already got the rapier queued up. Feeling like that's Lasera. They're just going to sit in the fountain. They're like, if you guys aren't going for our tier 4 enthrones, we are not going to defend. And it looks like Paparazzi will start getting to work on them as they have to wait 15, 16 seconds for this Witch Doctor Legion to respawn. And that's really when EG can mount their last defense. And it does look like a bit of a hopeless one right now.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Sumail here. It does indeed seem to be at GG. This second tier 4 is going to fall. Still 20 seconds until Sumail's back up. So Evil Genius may have to fight this without him. Oh no, they tried to go for the duel on Paparazzi, but Paparazzi, he's too fast. He popped the Satanic first. He loses absolutely no HP, and Evil Geniuses will fall one by one. Mass buybacks out. Paparazzi still has Maledict on him, but guess what? He also has a BKB as well as an Aegis still to be burned through. Arteezy just does not do enough physical damage. They may be able to finish off the first life, but the throne is at half HP. Good force staff away, saving Ori's life, just kiting away Sumail as much as possible. Sumail, he's trying to lock down supports right now. He's not even trying to think about core kills because honestly, he just can't even do it. The supports are ganging up on him. Aeon Disc going around all around on him. Will survive. They'll finish off Sumail. And they'll take Evil Genius's last member alive, S4. Arteezy is going to hide out inside of the fountain to make sure he doesn't have an even worse KDA than he already had. 210 and 6 is what he's going to end on. Rough game for Arteezy and the rest of the